G'day everybody, welcome back to the Retro Gaming Centre. I'm your host Jacob, and this is a place where I talk about all my favourite games and gaming consoles. Today I'll be having a look at the original Game Boy Advance, which was released 21 years ago in 2001. And let's find out why I bought it in 2022. Game Boy Advance was the successor to the Game Boy Color and the original Game Boy. It sold over 81 million copies worldwide and was quite a successful console. The screen in this console isn't backlit, which is definitely a bit of a downside, which you'll see later in my gameplay footage. It had two AA batteries to power this thing, so instead of a battery you had batteries, which lasted about 15 hours. And it also is the first console to ever be horizontal instead of vertical, which offered a bigger screen for gameplay. The console is ran by a 32-bit processor, which is running at 16.8 MHz, which by these days is nothing, but it does pack a bit of a powerful punch for back in the day. It also had any SNES style graphics, so a lot of the games were very similar to the Super Nintendo, but obviously it's in a smaller screen, so the pixel density is a lot higher. So yeah, it's like pretty much like a mini SNES style graphics gaming experience. The screen resolution for the Game Boy Advance is 240 by 160, and the versions of the Game Boy Advances released after this are the SP and the Micro. The SP had a flip design which inspired the Nintendo DS and 3DS, and they're also side light and back. So what did I buy of the Game Boy Advance in 2022? Well, you can play both original Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance games, and also Game Boy Color games, which open up a massive library of games, as there's thousands of games on each platform. So that offers a lot of bang for buck, in my opinion. So the main reason I bought this console was the fact that you can play original Game Boy games on this, and also Game Boy Advance games, and also Game Boy Color games, which does offer a massive library of games to play. Obviously these sort of games are very expensive, and these are a little bit less expensive, but it still offers a massive library, which is a lot of bang for buck, as is thousands of games for this console. When you do insert a original Game Boy cartridge, it does take out a lot, and when you do it with the Advanced, it's very flush. So it's obviously designed for this. You can't even see it on the front. But yeah, as I said, Game Boy Color, original Game Boys, they all work fine in this console, and it all works nicely. So it's an awesome way to do it, and you can also fit the screen like an original Game Boy, or make it wide. And speakers on this, but I think there's a lot of mods for the speakers. This is as loud as it goes. But yeah, there's also a headphone jack just there, so you can plug in stereo, which does sound pretty nice. Some of my favourite games for the Game Boy are some of the original Pokemon games, such as Pokemon Red, Silver, you've got Emerald, and there's so many Pokemon games on the Game Boy series. You also have things like Mario Kart Super Circuit, and you have the Legend of Zelda series, Super Mario series, you've got Simpsons Run, a lot of third-party games for the Game Boy Advanced, and they're all relatively easy to find, but some games cost as much as the actual console does. I bought this for $100 here in Australia, which is pretty good bang for buck, but things like Pokemon Red, that's like $80. So, and it just depends where you find them. The Pokemon games have increased a lot in value over the years, just due to the fact that people, they're collecting the Pokemon cards, and everyone's getting back into retro gaming. So these ones are a bit dear to find, but things like Mario Kart and third-party games are pretty easy to find. So now we're just playing some Pokemon Red on the Game Boy Advanced. As you can see, with the lack of the backlight, it is quite hard to see with the camera, and you have to go in person to find the right light. But it does play fine, sounds great, and it's Pokemon Red. Who doesn't know a bit of Pokemon Red? Tesla, Pikachu, does the job. And yeah, as you can see, the Pokemon, or the original Game Boy games, play quite nicely on this console. Just I'm looking at upgrading the Game Boy to a backlit IPS screen, which should definitely help with the gameplay of, especially with the older generations of games. And now we're just playing some Mario Kart, which is the first Mario Kart that was ever released for the Game Boy series. It's similar to the NES version, and as you can see, it's still hard to see the gameplay, but like I said, that's because of the lack of the backlight, and this game is an absolute classic. A bit harder than the Switch version, as it's not as forgiving, but still pretty cool little game. Good to see where it all started from. Whoa. So the downsides of this console are definitely the lack of the backlight. It's just harder to see this console in certain angles, and speaker is a bit rubbish, but you got a audio jack there, and you can modify it if you want to. And also the fact that you have AA batteries just increase the running costs, and you know, who wants to pay for batteries just to play the console? I don't want to pay for batteries, you know, I'd rather just charge it and do it for that way. So that's some of the downsides. Some of the plus sides is it's just a massive library of games if you're willing to collect them. It's an awesome little console. If you're not worried about the backlight, you're playing during the daytime, it's all fine. And also the price point for this is very attractive, only $100. Most places sell them. There's 80 million of these sold worldwide. I don't think you're going to have any issues finding them. Just go to eBay, mainly it's eBay and retro gaming stores. You'll easily find one for $100. So value wise it does hold up pretty well, but if you can get your hands onto a SP or a micro, as they have backlights. And to the video guys, I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel for more Game Boy reviews like this. I'm going to be doing a review of the modified Game Boy I'm about to pick up with an IPS screen, which would be pretty cool to see. And also more retro gaming and some Pokemon videos coming in the future. So I'll see you guys in my next video, and peace.